Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. Happy early birthday to those of you who celebrate in July. This is your July 2021 love reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridging the Gap spread. And the way it works is we'll look at past energies, present energies, future energies between you and your main love interest. Once we're done with all those, we'll actually look at some oracle cards for some additional insight. That's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Tarot Sexual Magic, and keep in mind, it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as the energy, and the cards on the right as the other person. If you feel like it's the other way around in your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so we'll pull it out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have Oppression. So this is actually the equivalent of the Tower in traditional tarot. Now, I could see this going a couple different ways. One thing could just be saying that in the past you might have been going through something completely separate from this connection, and because of that you might not have been able to open up emotionally. For others of you, it could just be that there was a lot of unspoken communication within the connection, as far as tumultuous emotions. As far as we see, like obviously this is a stormy background, a lot of waves going on there, and we see that she has her back turned on that, right? If you could get that to focus. Seriously. Well, yeah, it's not focusing right now, but I mean, she has her back turned on it. Definitely looks disappointed. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, it looks like there was clearly some disappointment there. What's unclear is, for some of you, could just be completely unrelated to this connection, and for others of you, could be related to the connection, but I feel like it wasn't communicated either way. Alright, past energy on their side, we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, and the Stars, which is Aquarius energy. So a lot of fixed energy here too, but at the same time, I feel like this is saying that they did actually see the potential for long-term commitment with you, and actually saw you as a bit of wish fulfillment. Now with the Stars energy though, it could just be one of those things where they might have been a bit detached about it, so maybe you weren't quite sure how to read their feelings toward you, so that could have been what caused the disconnect. But yeah, either way, it looks like this person was pretty convinced that they saw a lot of connection, a lot of potential within the connection with you. Alright, in the present position on your side, we have Justice. So this is actually the major arcana card for Libra, which for you guys is your third house communication. So on the one end, this could just be saying that you're more open to communicating now, possibly because you're feeling more balanced. Maybe things are going better in your life, especially if this was something completely separate from the connection. So maybe you feel like you're in a more balanced place now and you're ready to come communicate. There could be physical distance between the two of you as well, because what always stands out to me with this card is it looks like she's kind of doing her own thing, focusing on work, and it looks like there's a guy behind the curtain there. So I feel like it just gives me that vibe of him returning from some kind of travel. So that's what I'm seeing there. Alright. Present energy on their side, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is actually Capricorn energy here. And what always stands out to me here is, well, a few different things. For one, the way she's just kind of staring into that mirror. And then we see the snowy background. So I feel like this is saying that they could seem a bit cold emotionally, if you think about that old term, kissing someone's feet. So they could feel a bit closed off to you guys right now when you do return. So I would say, definitely if they felt like they were coming toward you and being open and wanting to move the connection along, and you were just giving them this cold shoulder, not really communicating to them, I feel like this could just be kind of the energy that they're in right now, to where, well, I have to say the term that comes to my mind is they might make you work for it a little bit now if you come back to them, depending on how things were left in the past. And seeing this too in the past makes me think of the fact that at the very end of June into the first few days of July, we're actually going to have pretty tense energies with Mars in your sign making a square aspect with Uranus in your 10th house, and then opposing Saturn in your opposite sign. So it could even be that transit that's actually caused this issue for you guys. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. But yeah, it looks like they're definitely going to be a bit cold in the present. Alright, future position on your side, we have the Prince of Arrows. So this is actually Gemini energy here. And, we do see the name Cupid on this card as well. So I feel like this is saying that you guys will be coming forward and actually communicating to them, expressing your feelings. Um, Now, interestingly enough, there still could be a bit of a detached vibe behind it too, because we think about the fact that for you guys, Gemini energy is your 11th house. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling there, which is to say, it looks like you guys will open up and let them know how you're feeling. And the future energy on their side is the Two of Wands, which is Aries energy, and the Two of Cups, which is Cancer energy. So both cardinal energies here, and I feel like this is saying in a way you guys might actually get a fresh start with each other, because here we see in the past there was major arcana energy, even in the present on your side, court cards, and now we see just your standard cards. So it could just be saying, especially given that they're both twos, they're both passionate romantic energies, but I feel like this is saying that whatever this is, you guys are hitting a kind of a reset button basically. So like I said, for some of you, it could just be within this connection there were a lot of unspoken issues that maybe are being addressed in the present. Maybe it's not going to go over so smoothly right away, but as time passes, it looks like you guys will actually be ready for that fresh start and, putting some new energy into the connection. Um, and for obviously, like I said, if it was something completely unrelated to the connection too, and they might have taken that personally, because I mean, the Hierophant and the Aquarius energy, that could definitely be a type of energy where they would take it personally if they feel like someone blew them off. But either way, it looks like you guys will be warming up to each other as we move toward the future. All right, and I mean, in a way, it makes sense. You guys you'll have Mars in your sign all of July, and then Venus will be in there for the first few weeks too. So it could definitely help your attractiveness. All right, and bottom of the deck on your side, we have the Seven of Cups. So this could be pointing to what was going on for you guys in the past. Possibly you had a lot of confusion, maybe a lot of options. You weren't quite sure which way to go. Given that this is Scorpio energy, which is your fourth house, this could even just be saying you might have had a lot of things going on with family that you had to take care of and couldn't really even put in energy toward the connection. What always stands out to me is we see that person looks almost like they're not actually in the room with her. So it could just be one of those things where, yeah, you might have had them in your mind in the background, but at the same time, there were just so many other things going on that you couldn't really put the energy toward the connection. And bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Five of Pentacles. So, we refer to that often as the being left out in the cold type energy. So we could clearly see how that might have been how they were feeling in the past, right? Like I said, if they came forward with that Hierophant and Stars energy, and you guys were in that Tower moment energy, could just be saying that, again, like I said, I feel like they might have taken it a bit personally. More Taurus energy here, too. So it's possible you guys could be dealing with a Taurus, but that's what I'm seeing there. Possibly someone from your work environment, too. All right. And so with that out of the way, we'll see if we get anything from the Oracle cards. First, we'll see if we get anything from Aqua Moonlight deck here. I did pre-shuffle this deck, and what I'm looking for is just some unspoken messages from you to them and from them to you. But if I shuffle for a while without anything coming up, I'll just move on to the next deck. Occasionally we get extra messages here, though. All right, nothing on your side, but now we'll see if we get any from them to you. Oh, got one there that didn't want to go back, so let's see what we got. Okay. We have baggage. All right, there we go. It says I'm sweeping away toxicity to make room for what's truly important. Interesting. So, and maybe in a way, with that past energy, that could have been part of what it is too, where I was saying it feels like you guys were kind of hitting the reset button. So it could have just been one of those things where maybe you felt like they were putting heavy expectations towards you guys, right? Like in the past, maybe they were already envisioning it being this serious commitment where you're like, okay, maybe that was moving too fast for your liking, but maybe just weren't quite sure how to express that to them. So given that, like I said, we see that the energy I keep getting with these two cards in the future is a reset. So could just be one of those things where, like I said, maybe they just had higher expectations toward the connection that was moving too fast for your liking, and maybe that's saying that they're clearing that away. So hopefully that resonated with you guys. And next we'll see if we get anything from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. Same situation as far as I pre-shuffled this deck too, but here we're just looking for one card and we'll wrap up. Okay, got one already. Alright, so you guys got Truth to Be Told. There's the artwork, and the number is 14. So already seems to fit the theme of what we were talking about, where, you know, there could be some communication come up, but we'll see what the actual message says in the book. Okay, it says honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The Oracle's message. There is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. This is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. So, definitely a pretty positive message there, obviously. And like I said, given that, especially if you guys, since Libra energy is your third house communication, it does look like in the present you guys will be having some kind of conversations, and also even with that Gemini energy in the future. But hopefully that resonated with you. And the relationship message says people tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card calls you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. Higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back. Speak your truth and listen. So again, pretty positive message there. And the conversation thing too also is an energy I kind of get looking at the card we see in the future on their side with the Two of Wands, right? So like I said, it looks like you guys definitely were coming out of a rough energy in the past. Looks like things will be balancing as we move through July, but hopefully that resonated with you guys, and I'll see you all soon. All right, bye.